What's up everybody, it's Johnny and I'm back today to talk about how to file a tax extension. As most of you know by now, the tax filing deadline has been pushed back to July 15th, 2020. This means that you have until July 15th, 2020 to file your taxes or to file an extension for your taxes. As we get closer and closer to this July 15th date, many people are wondering what happens if you can't get your taxes done by the deadline of July 15th. Many people are dealing with some big issues right now and still need additional time to get their tax information together and to file their taxes. Remember, it is critically important to file a tax extension if you cannot file by July 15th. If you do not file an extension, you will face the failure to file penalty plus additional interest. Okay? In addition, you can make a payment with your extension, so you can avoid failure to pay penalties as well. And I'll get into that more as we go through the form to file the extension. To be clear, filing a tax extension just extends the date to file, okay? And it will extend the date to file to October 15th. However, payment for your taxes due are still due July 15th. So even if you file an extension, if you owe taxes, that amount is due July 15th. Alright guys, because this is such an important issue, I'm bringing back the whiteboard, okay? So I just want to clear up what I just said, alright? So typically, the personal tax filing deadline is April 15th, or sometime in mid-April, okay? But because of the pandemic, the original date was postponed to July 15th. Now, July 15th is a very important date. On July 15th, your payment, if you owe taxes, is due. Even if you file an extension, your payment is due. Okay? That's important to distinguish. A lot of people don't understand that. Okay? If you file an extension, which I'm going to give you a tutorial on today, you can postpone the filing of your taxes. You can extend the filing of your taxes to October 15th. All right? But I want to make this very clear. Even with the filing of an extension, which I'm going to teach you how to do today, it does not extend the amount of time that you have to pay taxes due. Payment of taxes due is due July 15th. If you are watching this video after July 15th, please file your taxes right now. And I mean right now. Do not file an extension. You don't even need to continue watching the video, as it is already too late. File now and try to avoid any additional penalties and interest. In today's video, I am going to show you exactly how to file a federal tax extension for your personal taxes. This video is going to work as a tutorial. If you've watched my videos before, you know that I am a CPA. But for the purposes of this video, I am not your CPA. Please always consult with your own accountant for accounting and tax advice for your personal situation. If you need additional time to file your taxes and you can't get your taxes done by July 15th, you need to fill out a Form 4868. Again, that is a Form 4868. If you Google Form 4868, please click the link from irs.gov. Because I appreciate you all so much, I will have a link in the description of this video to the form, so there is no confusion. The link in the description below will be the link to the form from irs.gov for the Form 4868. After you click the link in the description below, you're going to see that the Form 4868 link has 4 pages. So let's look at them now. Here is page 1, page 2, page 3, and page 4. Let's take a look at page 1, specifically the bottom of page 1. See under the words detach here? This is the actual Form 4868. This is the form that will need to be filed so that you may have an extension on your taxes. Okay, now let's follow the directions on the form. Part 1, identification. In box 1, you will enter your name, address, city, town, or post office, state, and zip code. In box 2, you will enter your social security number. And in box 3, you will enter your spouse's social security number, if applicable. Once part 1 is complete, you will move on to part 2, individual income tax. Line 4 in part 2 of Form 4868 asks for an estimate of your total tax liability. If you filed your 2018 tax return and your 2019 income is similar, I suggest entering the number on line 15 of your 1040 from your 2018 tax return. Line 5 on Form 4868 asks for an estimate of the amount of taxes you've already paid. This number consists of your taxes withheld and any estimates you paid in 2019. If you are wondering what amount of taxes were withheld in 2019 for you, that number can be found on Box 2 of your 2019 W-2 forms. Box 2, Federal Income Tax Withheld. Subtracting line 5 from line 4 will give you the amount of taxes you owe. You'll enter that number on line 6. On line 7, you'll enter the amount that you're ready to pay right now. You do not have to pay off your entire balance when you file a tax extension. However, I suggest paying as much as possible to avoid paying a late payment penalty and incurring additional interest on any late payments. Please note, again, taxes are due on July 15th whether you file an extension or not. So if you expect you owe, I would suggest you pay something with your extension towards your tax liability. Okay, now, as we move down part 2 into number 8. In that original link that we clicked on, there were 4 pages. At this time, please turn to page 2. Please read the instructions on page 2. So let's look at page 2 and the section that says taxpayers who are out of the country. Please read those instructions. Please note, this does not apply for those of you who are just out of the country on a vacation. This is for other reasons. After reading the instructions, let's go back to page 1 of the attachment, and specifically the bottom of page 1, the Form 4868. Only check number 8 if it applies to you. As far as number 9 goes, only click that if you are a non-resident. At this point in time, you have completed the Form 4868 and you may detach that little form, and what we have to do next is look for where to send that form. Alright guys, at this point you have successfully completed the Form 4868. That is all you needed to do. Next, you have to send it in. So at this time, please turn to page 4 from that link that you clicked on below. Alright guys, let's look at the table at the top of page 4. The first column lists where you live. The second column shows where to send if you're making a payment with your Form 4868. And the third column shows where to send if you're not making a payment with your Form 4868. Okay, so let's do 2 examples. If I live in Alaska and I am making a payment with the Form 4868, then I would send it to P.O. Box 7122, San Francisco, California, zip code 94120-7122. If I live in Connecticut and I am not making a payment, I would send it to Ogden, Utah, zip code 84201-0045. I hope this video helps you out. If you are unable to file as of July 15th, I hope you have more confidence now as to what to do so that you can file an extension and postpone the filing until October 15th. You'll have until October 15th to file. Now I want to make this note. Some states have specific requirements for filing extension. So please make sure that if your state requires you to file an extension, you do so. This video is just for federal personal tax extensions. Typically, when you file a tax return, you file a federal tax return and you file a state tax return. If you have not already done so and you are looking for more information on money and accounting related topics, and you're looking for that information to be provided to you in a clear, concise, and easy to follow way, please click that subscribe button right now. Click that button, you won't regret it. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay healthy, stay sane, and I cannot wait to see you all soon.